Hey YouTube, I just wanted to come on and give an update. And if you follow me on Instagram, then you saw that I posted a quote the other day by one of our church leaders. And that was kind of what I wanted to use for the inspiration for this video. And the quote says, those who set aside the bottle of bitterness and lift instead the goblet of gratitude can find a purifying drink of healing, peace, and understanding. And I've noticed that throughout this journey that I have really come to understand that, and I wanted to explain a little bit more in this video. So the lighting is horrible and I did get a little bit sunburned, so I look like a lobster, but this will have to do just because I am kind of busy and, to be honest, a little bit lazy. I just wanted to talk about how some people will say, I'm grateful for my trials because of this, this, and that. And I never really understood that. I still probably wouldn't say that I'm grateful for my trials, but I understand. And I wanted to talk about the positives that have come from this journey and from struggling with infertility and having 4 miscarriages, because I don't know anybody that would say, oh, I'm grateful for having 4 miscarriages, because that's just not realistic. But there are some good things that you can notice in your life, or things that come out of it. And so that's just what I wanted to talk about today. It's not really a trying to conceive update. It's not anything like that. I want to document my emotions and how I've been feeling through everything. I know that I've posted an ugly cry face video before, and this is kind of the opposite. It's just like the quote says, I think I have found some peace and some understanding. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is going through this has kind of brought awareness, and a lot of people don't know how common infertility is, and it has really shown me to be compassionate for those around me, that you never know what people are going through. People struggle with things that they're not outwardly open about, and you just never know. So that this going through this has taught me to really be compassionate towards other people and sympathetic, and just loving everyone that you meet, no matter what, even if they seem to be rude to you or hate you. I mean, really, you don't know what they're going through in their life, and I know I've probably come across as unfriendly, or and you just never know. And so that's one thing that it has taught me. It has really taught me to be understanding and to just treat people how you would want to be treated. I really hope that people, if they've ever come across me having a bad day, that they don't really judge me by that, because it's just a bad day, and people have bad days, and people have bad days every day when you're going through something like this, or even if it's not something like this, but something negative in their lives. It's hard to process, and so I'm glad that I've come to that realization. Another thing that I have found is positive so far up until this point is I don't struggle with the question of why anymore. A lot of people will say, why did this happen to me? And they'll just drive themselves crazy. And I used to drive myself insane wondering, why did this happen to me? I've just always wanted to be a mother. That's the only thing I've ever known I wanted to do. But I don't struggle with that anymore. I was talking to a friend who recently, it's been about a year since she lost her youngest child, and she says that that's one of her really big struggles, is that she still asks why did this happen. And it kind of just opened my eyes that I don't struggle with that anymore. Really, I don't need to know why. And that sounds really weird to me because I am one of those people that needs to know everything. I need to understand. And I think a lot of it, and I know a lot of it, is because I have really grown to trust in God's plan. I know that our plans aren't always going to be the best for us, and I think if I didn't have that knowledge, and if I didn't have the understanding that God is aware of us and that He has a plan for us, I would be a lot worse off. I don't think that I would be in a good place really at all if I didn't have faith in God's plan for me at all. And because I'm Christian and I know that our Savior went through everything for us, He suffered every pain, every affliction, everything for us, I know that He knows how I'm feeling. And it helps me not to feel alone. And I'm getting kind of emotional right now, but not in a bad way. Um, it's just amazing how you can feel so touched and so like have so much hope just because of that. And I mean, it's only been recently that I have found God and found, actually built a relationship with my Savior. And it's just amazing. I don't know where I would be without it. And going through this has really strengthened that and taught me that, anything is possible and you're not alone. Oh, sorry. Um, Another thing that I've noticed throughout this journey is how much love and support all of your friends and family can have. And I'm very blessed and lucky to have everybody in my life that I do. I have felt support, obviously, from my husband, from my friends, from my family, even strangers. There is a whole community of people who are struggling with infertility or have experienced miscarriages that we just find support and love in each other. And it has really been amazing to have that shown to me, how much people love me and how much they're willing to, just be there for me, even though it's a really hard thing. A lot of times you don't know what to say and you don't know how to react, but I mean, it's amazing just knowing how many people are thinking of me and praying for me, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm grateful for that positive that has come through this. I've gotten closer to some people, and I've somewhat, drifted away from some people, but I know that they care about me, and it's humbling, just to know that people around me have that love for me. And I have my notes over here, so I keep looking over there, but that's why. I mentioned the support of my husband, and that's another thing I've noticed that has been a positive thing through all of this. My marriage has been strengthened just because we've had to lean on each other, and we might not understand each other all the time, and he might not understand how I grieve and how I cope and just how things happen. And when he comes home and one day I'm just crying, he doesn't really know how to help. His first instinct is to try to make me laugh and try to make me happy, and sometimes I just want to be sad. That's okay to let it out. And sometimes I don't understand him, how he seems to handle things a little bit better, but that doesn't mean that he's not sad and he's not grieving in his own way. But I've really seen how struggles like this can have a major effect on marriages in a negative way. I've seen it ruin relationships, and I've just been so grateful that ours has been one of the situations where our marriage has been strengthened because of that. And I don't know, I don't I don't understand what it's like to be on the other side, to have it ruin a relationship and ruin a marriage. And I'm just grateful that I don't know that, but it definitely, my heart goes out to those people who go through this and just find that it's just too hard to go through together. And I'm just grateful that I have my husband and that we've been able to go through it together. Because we don't have kids yet, we've actually committed our Saturdays to volunteering for our church. So every Saturday we volunteer for about 6 hours. And, we have that time to spend together and volunteer because we don't have kids yet. And obviously, I really do want kids, but I think that has been a major factor in strengthening our marriage, is that we're able to spend that time together and volunteer. And it's been really good. It's been amazing. I have learned a lot just from volunteering in the capacity that we do. And it's probably one of the best things that's happened to me, in the last year or so. We've been volunteering since September, and I'm just grateful. That's just another thing that we've been able to do to strengthen us during this hard time. Another thing that we're able to do, since we don't have kids yet, is travel. I was able to go to Jamaica for my brother's wedding. If you saw the video from that, it just was so much fun. And if you didn't see it, then you should go back and watch it. But we're actually going to go to Europe in a few days. We're leaving on Wednesday morning to go to England for a friend's wedding, and we're going to be in Paris for 2 days. And I just think about how lucky we are to be able to do that, even though it's kind of expensive. If we had a young child, then we probably wouldn't be able to do that. We might, but we'll have this time to spend together, to travel, and to have these experiences before we have a family. And I'm looking forward to it because I think that it's going to bring us closer together as well. We haven't taken a long vacation like this together since we got married, since our honeymoon. And that was, a cruise. So we were on the cruise ship with everybody. But this is going to be a trip that, we will be together and we can go and do the things we want to do. And I'm just really excited about it. I don't want to say that, I'm glad that we don't have any kids so we get to do that. I would think it would be fun to take a baby with us, but I think we really do need this break and this vacation to spend together and just be able to have those experiences. And I'm just really lucky about that. The last thing I wanted to talk about, and it's going to be more, I'll talk about it more in my next, trying to conceive update, is that going through this has kind of motivated me to take better care of my body. I have wanted to get my body, to the best it can be, because I want to, be able to have a baby and say that I could that I did everything I could. So, it's really taught me to be aware of the things that I'm putting into my body and onto my body, and things that are around me. Even emotionally, it's taught me to take better care to, people who are negative around me, to try to, just neutralize it or even make the situation better. It has really taught me that I want to take care of myself a little bit more, and I want to be healthy, and I want to, when I do have kids, I want to be around for a long time to be able to watch them grow. And so this next step that I'm taking in my trying to conceive is really just going to be a holistic approach to making sure my body is in good working order before we start trying again. So it probably is going to be quite a while. It's going to be at least a few months before we try again. I'm thinking, just because I want to take the time to really get my body working and making sure that there isn't anything else I can do to, make the environment for the baby any better. And so that's kind of all I wanted to talk about right now. It's just one of those things that when you feel grateful and you feel positive about things and you have so much hope, that, this is one of the good times. It's not always crying and tears, and a lot of times it is, but sometimes you just realize how lucky you are. And that, it's not always good to compare yourself to others, but sometimes it can help put things into perspective. And I just hope that people out there know that they're not alone, and that there are positives, and that having an attitude of gratitude makes all the difference sometimes. I know it's really hard because I used to be very bitter, and I used to, just not want to be happy because I was just so, having a pity party. But once I was able to find some things to be grateful for, it really turned things around. And I'm sure I'll still have bad days. I'm sure I'll still have days where I'm sad and crying and bitter. But most of the time now, I have a lot more good days than bad days. And I just wanted to share it and let you guys know that you're not alone. And if you need any help, if you need a listening ear, then I'll be here. Just reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to talk about it and to, give my input. And, even if it's just, not even related at all, that you can never have too many friends, and you can never have too many positive influences in your life. And so I just want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope that whatever you're going through, you know that there is hope and there are people who care about you. So thanks for watching, and I will update later after our Europe trip. Thanks so much. Bye bye.